The situation with Senate Bill 18 has changed drastically since last time we visited. Senate Bill 18 passed the Senate, was sent over to the House, was sent to the House Land and Resource Committee, and was subsequently passed out of that committee, and then it was put on the major state calendar for last Friday. Unfortunately, there was a political battle between the Republicans and Democrats, and our bill got caught up in that battle, so it did not meet the deadline to be passed on Tuesday of this week. Because of that, Senate Bill 18 has died. But we are doing alternate plans to try to get that language passed this session. We've added the compensation language for impaired access to House Bill 300. That's a TxDOT sunset bill, so hopefully that bill will be passed and we'll get that language passed as well. I'm also working on plans today to try to get that language on other bills. If that does happen, we may be contacting you with a CapWiz alert, and if so, please respond quickly, so be looking for that just in case it comes.
The TxDOT Sunset Bill has finally passed each of the chambers. It includes many differences, but primarily the biggest difference is the governance structure of the Transportation Commission. The House version calls for an elected commission, and in the Senate, it maintains the 5-member appointed commission. The similarities between the two bills include that the commissioners will only serve a limited 2-year term, whether they're elected or appointed. The sunset date for TxDOT will be in 4 years. And lastly, the repeal of the Trans-Texas Corridor is in both of the bills. However, we'll continue to monitor to be sure that no language is added in or changed, modified in some version that may allow the Trans-Texas Corridor can continue in some form or fashion with the various financing mechanisms that exist within Chapter 227 before it's all said and done. Also, what happened in the Senate, Senator Hager was able to add the diminished access language from the eminent domain bill onto the TxDOT sunset bill, so this was a huge accomplishment. Now lastly, this bill needs to go before a conference committee, which has already been appointed, to work out the differences. In the House, those members include Carl Isett from Lubbock, Linda Harper Brown from Irving, Ruth Jones McClendon from San Antonio, Joe Pickett from El Paso, and Wayne Smith from Baytown. The Senate members are Glenn Hager from Katy, John Corona from Dallas, Chuy Hinojosa from McAllen, Robert Nichols from Jacksonville, and Senator Kirk Watson from Austin.
Two pieces of legislation that Texas Farm Bureau has been supporting this session have passed both the House and the Senate, and in fact one of them has already been signed by the governor and will go into law. House Bill 2063 by Representative Bill Caligari addresses whether or not cities and other entities who have sovereign immunity can have to follow groundwater conservation district rules. And there was a court case between a groundwater district in the city of Aspermont, and the city of Aspermont challenged whether or not the groundwater district could actually require them to follow their rules and to pay any fines or fees if they didn't follow the rules. So the legislature came in and clarified the law that they do in fact have to follow the rules and pay fines and fees to the district. That bill has passed both the House and the Senate and is sitting on Governor Perry's desk at this point in time. Another bill, Senate Bill 1253, addresses the amendment that was put on to Senate Bill 3 last session that allows water supply districts to also build electric transmission lines. Of course, this amendment was for T. Boone Pickens, so that whenever he created the freshwater supply district up in the Panhandle, that district could also put electric transmission lines in its right-of-way along with the water pipeline. Well, Senate Bill 1253 takes that authority back away from the water districts to where the water districts can actually only have water pipelines in their easements, not other things like electric transmission lines. Governor Perry has actually signed that bill, and it will go into effect on September 1.
In the final days of the session, we're able to secure an amendment to the Agriculture Code and the right to farm provisions that prohibits a local government from regulating how livestock producers care for their animals. In addition, we're able to establish the Equine Incentive Program to help the Texas horse industry. The program will be self-funded through a checkoff mechanism because we were not able to secure passage of the video lottery terminals at racetracks.
The state budget was recently voted out of the Senate and still has to be approved by the House. There are several areas that directly affect agriculture, including a wildfire protection plan provided for under the Texas Forest Service with $7 million. For fever tick control, we have $500,000 under the Veterinary Medical Diagnostic Lab, in addition to $1 million under the Animal Health Commission. We maintained the same funding of $1 million under the Texas Department of Agriculture for feral hog control. For boll weevil eradication, $20 million was appropriated in the supplemental bill, in addition to $10 million in TDA's current budget, which they can use at their discretion. For flood control dams, the Soil and Water Conservation Board was provided $15 million. And for our rural veterinary program, $500,000 for the Office of Rural Community Affairs was provided in the supplemental bill.